Welcome back to the Bible Breakdown channel. Today's video will be the book of Revelation explained simply. Ever wondered about the last book of the Bible, Revelation, for many? It's a book filled with scary beasts, mysterious numbers, and confusing prophecies about the end of the world. It can feel intimidating, almost like a secret code that's impossible to crack. But what if I told you that at its heart, Revelation is actually a message of hope? Today, we're going to peel back the layers of symbolism and mystery to understand the core message of this incredible book in a simple, straightforward way. No complex charts, no date setting, just a clear look at what it's all about. So, let's start at the beginning. The book is called The Revelation of Jesus Christ, which tells us its main purpose right away, to reveal Jesus. It was written by the Apostle John while he was exiled on the island of Patmos. He wasn't writing a horror story. He was writing a letter to 7 real churches in Asia Minor. Modern-day Turkey, these churches were facing intense persecution. They were struggling, feeling discouraged, and tempted to compromise their faith to fit in with the Roman culture around them. John's vision was meant to encourage them, to remind them that no matter how bad things get, God is in control and Jesus wins in the end. The book is written in a style called apocalyptic literature. This was a common type of writing back then. It uses dramatic symbols, vivid imagery, and numbers to communicate a message about good versus evil and God's ultimate victory. Think of it like a political cartoon. When you see a cartoon of a donkey and an elephant, you know it's about American politics. The original audience of Revelation would have understood many of these symbols in a similar way. The scary beasts and the corrupt city of Babylon weren't just random monsters. They represented the oppressive powers of the time, especially the Roman Empire, which demanded worship of its emperor. So, when John talks about beasts and dragons, he's painting a picture of the evil and corruption in the world. He's showing the spiritual battle that's happening behind the scenes. But here's the key: for every scary beast, there's an even more powerful image of Jesus. He's not just the gentle teacher from the Gospels. In Revelation, he is the mighty Lion of Judah, the victorious Lamb who was slain but is now alive, and the King of Kings riding a white horse to conquer evil once and for all. This was the central message of hope for those early Christians. Your suffering is real, but the power you're up against is no match for your king. Let's look at some of the famous imagery. What about the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse? They represent conquest, war, famine, and death, the devastating consequences of human rebellion against God that we see throughout history. Then there are the seals, trumpets, and bowls. These are repeating cycles of judgment. Each time a seal is opened or a trumpet is blown, it's like a wake-up call, showing the world the destructive nature of sin and calling people to turn back to God. It's a warning, but it's a warning born out of love, giving every opportunity for repentance. And what about the number 666? This has fueled endless speculation, but in the context of the book, it's less about a future microchip and more about a symbol of ultimate human rebellion and imperfection. In Hebrew numerology, the number 7 represents divine perfection and completeness. The number 6, falling short of 7, represents human imperfection. Repeating it 3 times, 666 symbolizes the ultimate failure of humanity trying to be its own God, falling short in every way. It was likely a coded reference to the Emperor Nero, whose name added up to 666 in Hebrew. It's a symbol of anyone or any system that sets itself up in the place of God. But the book doesn't end with judgment and scary beasts. That's just the middle part of the story. The climax of Revelation is incredibly beautiful. After all the turmoil, John sees a vision of a new heaven and a new earth. This isn't about us escaping earth to float on a cloud. It's about heaven and earth becoming one. God's perfect reality comes down to our renewed, restored world. In this new creation, there is no more death, no more mourning, crying, or pain. All the things that make our world so broken are gone forever. The city of Babylon, the symbol of human pride and corruption, has fallen. In its place is the New Jerusalem, a city filled with the light of God Himself. The final image is one of a restored garden, with the river of the water of life and the tree of life healing the nations. It's a return to the paradise of Eden, but even better, because God himself will dwell with his people. So, when you put it all together, what is Revelation really about? It's a survival guide for the persecuted, a letter of encouragement telling believers to stand firm. It's a book that pulls back the curtain on reality, showing that Jesus is the true king, not Caesar or any other earthly power. And most importantly, it's a story of ultimate hope. It assures us that despite the chaos and evil we see in the world, the story isn't over. God has a plan, and that plan ends with the complete victory of Jesus, the restoration of all creation, and God dwelling with his people forever. So, the next time you hear about the book of Revelation, don't just think of beasts and judgment. Remember the main character, Jesus, the victorious Lamb and conquering King. Remember the main plot, his ultimate victory over evil. And remember the final scene, a new heaven and a new earth where there is no more pain and suffering. It's not a book to scare us, but to assure us. It's a revelation of Jesus Christ and the incredible hope we have in him. Thanks for watching today. I hope this simple explanation helps you see this amazing book in a new light. If you found this helpful, please give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more videos that make the Bible easy to understand. See you next time.